You have Holiday Inns in Germany?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, you ever work at one?
No, I didn't.
You don't want to work at one here with that accent. Watch this.
I'm giving a going-away party for some friends of mine. Unfortunately, it's not really a happy occasion. You see, my friends don't want to go.
Pues no hay trabajo casi. O sea, a donde yo estaba casi no hay trabajo, solo en el campo. Y a veces se dan las cosas y a veces no se dan.
Unemployed and destitute in Mexico, these 8 women and men crossed the border into the United States a few years ago. They came to America, a nation of immigrants, land of opportunity, the bright, shining promise of the world, and got jobs scrubbing toilets at this Holiday Inn in Minneapolis. But the manager didn't pay them what he promised, and they didn't get any of the benefits the American workers got.
It was especially the Mexican workers in the hotel that didn't get the breaks, that had to do more rooms, had to do them quicker.
And always under the fear of, well, you know, we can't say anything because we'll get deported.
Right.
All right. That is, I think, called slavery.
Yes.
Right.
And that's hotels, restaurants, lawn cutting places. All of those things are the new plantations.
So after months of work under difficult conditions, these 8 Mexican housekeepers risked deportation and did what virtually no other minimum wage worker has been able to do in America. They formed a union. Within weeks, the Holiday Inn retaliated.
Empezamos a trabajar al poco rato y ya habían puesto un papel que ese día iba a haber una junta para nosotras y solo era para latinas.
But there was no meeting. Instead, Kevin Koenig, the hotel's manager, had the workers arrested by the Immigration and Naturalization Service, the INS. These workers had gotten a raw deal. The least I could do was throw them a going-away party. In what better place than the Holiday Inn?
Let the fiesta begin!
What the Holiday Inn did to these housekeepers was illegal, and I wasn't the only one who thought so.
You're absolutely not allowed to retaliate for organizing a union. That's a right under the National Labor Relations Act, afforded to workers through the federal government. It is retaliation to call INS in order to defeat a union organizing campaign.
The law that we enforce says that all employees are protected against discrimination, and that includes unauthorized workers.
So no matter where you come from, if you're a human being and you work somewhere in America, you are protected by the same laws that you or I are protected by.
That's right.
Holiday Inn said they called the INS because they only wanted to obey the law. Well, so do I. I hired a health inspector and a building inspector from another town. My mission? Turn in the Holiday Inn. Okay, we're now on the 3rd floor. We're in room 303. Jack, what have you noticed here in the room?
What I've noticed is they cut this pipe too short for the sprinkler head. That should be about another 2 inches down.
Another 2 inches lower.
Lower.
Because otherwise, if it's up high by the ceiling, the fire could just pass right through it and never detect it.
Right.
Is this a building code violation?
Oh, definitely.
It's supposed to be shut at all times because it's a fire door. That's a violation?
Yes, definitely a violation.
We're on the 5th floor. We're going to head down to the 3rd floor. Oh, wait a minute. Is that supposed to be able to do that?
No, it was a code violation.
What is that stuff?
It's
seeds.
food, really.
What is it?
Probably popcorn.
Oh, jeez.
Here's a
Oh, God, what is that?
blood. That's obviously a blood sample.
Whoa, whoa. What do you smell down there?
Smell cleanliness.
There's another spot.
Another blood spot.
Another blood spot here. So that's a violation.
That'd be a violation.
This inspection business, this is like a lot of hard work.
Not easy.
Yeah. testing the chlorine right now. Can I help you? Pardon me?
I'm the manager here.
What's your name?
Kevin Keeney.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hi.
Hey, you want to...
Hang on.
Hold on
I'm
a
Michael
second
Moore.
here.
I'm Michael Moore. We're here doing some inspections.
You're with the city?
Wait a minute. I don't know if I'm talking to the right person or not. Who are you?
I work here.
Are you the manager?
Yes.
Oh, are you the guy that turned in the Mexican housekeepers?
What's that got to do with this?
Are you the guy?
No.
You're not the guy? You turned the Mexican housekeepers in, didn't you?
The INS is the one that instructed us what to do.
You called the INS, though, right?
Listen, I'm going to ask you to leave.
You know, let me ask you this.
I'm going to ask you to leave.
When did you first find out that they were undocumented workers?
This has
Before or
nothing
after
to do
they
with this.
formed the
I'm gonna ask you
union?
to leave.
Before or after they formed the union?
Okay, I need to have you leave.
You turned in the Mexicans.
I'm gonna go
You know
home.
what? I'm going to have to turn you in, sir. You have a special discount rate for the INS? Unlatched doors, holes in the wall, doors left open, fire doors, exhaust fans not working, sprinkler system not installed right, door to the kitchen propped open to the lobby. You know, I hope that justice will be served.
We investigate every complaint.
And investigate it and make them comply. And if they don't comply, there could be a possible fine.
That's correct.
And if they don't comply even further, possible jail.
That's correct.
You can't deport them, right?
No.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Safety pole too short.
It's a violation.
Thank you very much, sir.
We'll
Appreciate
get someone out there tomorrow.
Thank you.
It was not closed.
That's
Okay.
a violation, right?
That's correct.
That's wrong, right?
That's correct.
That's a violation.
That's correct.
This is the door to the laundry chute room. It was left propped open. Now, that's a violation, right?
correct. Okay, we'll get back to you on this.
Thank you, sir. Enforce the law.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Maybe the Holiday Inn Express would now get a taste of their own medicine. Meanwhile, the workers were only days away from being deported. I flew to Washington, D.C. to plead their case to the top officials at the INS. You know, I would just like to ask, just as a citizen, you know, whatever the INS can do to, you know, not deport those people, because it just seemed like that's a good thing they tried to do. They tried to improve the living standards of the people who worked at the Holiday Inn.
I really can't comment on this case.
I'm just throwing my 2 cents at you. Your family must have been immigrants here at some point. I mean, where did they come from?
Well, actually, on both my parents' sides, my family goes back to the Mayflower.
Mayflower. They were the first illegals. I put the word out on the internet, and within days, the INS was besieged with hundreds of letters, emails, and calls from people demanding that my friends stay. Finally, it was time to travel to the belly of the beast. Bass Hotels and Resorts in Atlanta, Georgia, the company that owns Holiday Inn. I'm just curious just what corporate headquarters here thinks about this, that if a group of people organize a union, that there's this sort of retaliation, that Holiday Inn becomes sort of a de facto agent of the INS.
I just don't think I can address that issue, so probably best if we stop now, I guess.
This guy talks kind of funny. Can I see if you got your green card on you? Can I see your green card? Tom, are you here legally? You're from Britain, right?
You need to turn the camera off.
Are you here legally? Do you have a phone? Tom, I'm going to call the Immigration and Naturalization Service right now and tell them that you will not prove to me that you're here legally. Yes, is this the INS? There is a man here from, I believe, the United Kingdom. He will not show us his green card. Is there any way that you can send somebody over here right now? Tom, they're coming over. You'll send somebody over? He went up in the elevator bank that's marked floor 2 through 31. Do you feel good being part of a company that's booting people out of the country because they helped to organize a union?
Just go, please.
I was sure that the INS does not have one set of rules for limeys and another for brown people, and that they would be by shortly to check out this Brit's papers. All right. The workers were being deported in just a few days. I was running out of time. I went back to the INS and gave it one last shot. I'm just making my special plea here on behalf of all the people who watch our show, the people who've written in on the internet, the people who've been writing Janet Reno about this. please, do the right thing.
I know that you feel real emotionally attached to this, and I'm not discouraging that or discounting it all. But it may not turn out to be what you want.
I guess this was adios. If we all lose here and you're deported, if you go back to Mexico, will you come back soon?
No sé por qué, pues ya con esto, y si regresamos y nos vuelven a encontrar otra vez la migración. A lo mejor no nos dan trabajo ya.
I am pleased to announce that we have reached a settlement agreement with the INS that will allow the Holiday Inn Express workers to remain in the United States lawfully